Hey guys, Wet Movie 1 back here again, and it's time to go hoard up! Are you guys ready? I know I sure am. I'm actually kind of tired right now, just a little bit. I'm a little bit groggy. I'm still trying to, wake up, for my day here. Not 100% sure what's being released on Blu-ray and DVD today. I'm not going to check the sites beforehand. I'm just going to go out there blindly and see what's coming out. But we're going to go to a couple of the usual spots today. And at the end of this video, obviously, there will be some DVD and Blu-ray reviews. So stay tuned for that. But let's get out of here and see what we find today. Alright everyone, at my first stop of the day, Walmart, baby. Let's head on in and see if they have anything cool or new up in there today. Well guys, in Walmart right now, looking at the new release rack over here, looks like a lot of the same stuff, from the previous week, like How to Train Your Dragon, Lego Movie 2, and stuff like that. But one of the other ones that I believe came out today was Greta, here on Blu-ray. This is the film with, of course, Chloe Grace Moretz and stuff. I don't know a whole lot about this one or anything like that, but I'm down to check it out sooner or later. But another one that came out today, I believe, is The Vigilante with Olivia Wilde. I had a copy of this to review a couple of, like a week or two back. It was okay. It was a decent acted piece by Olivia Wilde here. Nothing super special, but it's worth watching. Outlanders, the complete 4th season came out today, and I believe this is Sony or is this Rogo USA title? Heroes. This looks like it could be okay, but I don't really know anything about it. But I do love me some martial art movies and stuff. But I'll look more into this one and see, if I'm down, like look up the trailer or something, because I didn't even know this was, even being released or anything. But there's this other DVD that came out today. I believe there's also a Blu-ray version of it too. General Commander, starring Steven Seagal. I didn't know he was still out and about, pumping out films. I think it's the first one I've seen of his in at least a year or two, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know if I'm really interested in a Seagal movie right now. But I believe this one came out like last week, called Big Brother. I love me some Donnie Yen. Have any of you guys seen this one yet? Let me know. Is it worth watching? At the next destination of the day, Target. Let's head off in here and see if there's anything different in there. Because Walmart, man, a little bit of nothing going on in there today. Well guys, in Target over here now, and from the looks of it, it's the same as Walmart. All they have is the DVD of, Greta right here, not even the Blu-ray of it. But let me know down below if it's, if it's worth watching, if you guys ever saw that one. And of course, a Vigilante. And that's all I'm really seeing. Everything else is from, like previous weeks and things. It's one of those like real slow, release weeks right here. I could have sworn that the Toy Story movies were being re-released today. That might be next week, I guess, because I believe the first Toy Story, or maybe the first 3, may be getting 4K releases soon. And I could have sworn it was probably this week, but I guess not from the looks of things. Well, since I'm in Target, I'm going to take a look at their toy section they have back here, because it looks like they have updated some of the stuff that they have in here. Like they have a new Godzilla King of the Monsters, figure right here, which I think is kind of badass right there. But what really made me want to make the video right here is the Golden Girls action figures. They have all 4 of them. They have Rose, Dorothy, Blanche, and of course Sophia back there. So cool. Like, I'm not gonna start collecting, action figures and stuff, but like they have the Golden Girls action figures or toys or whatever you want to call them over here. Like, come on, man. A Betty White one? How dope is that? But do you know what kind of annoys me a little bit? You know how like different stores sell t-shirts with the Golden Girls on them? They say like squad or like something, new words of the millennium or of this decade or whatever. And I see young people wearing these shirts, or even people in their 20-somethings, and I just have to go up to them and go, "Do you know who these people are? Do you know what this show is?" They're like, "It's a show?" Like, they're just wearing it because it's like old, it's old people and they think it's like a funny thing. I'm just like, you don't know the fucking Golden Girls, but yet you're wearing a shirt from the Golden Girls? Goddamn people these days. But when it comes to Target, same old shit. No other real big sales going on over here this week. Alright guys, getting out of Target right now. Like I said, didn't find anything up in here. But the next location I'll be going to, I'm hoping to get something over there because there's something that I had to return a day or so ago that I got off of Amazon. You know, that you saw me unboxing one of my, you know, in my last video I put up. If you guys haven't seen it yet, check out my newest unboxing video. Link at the top of the description box of this video. But I had to return something, and hopefully I can get something that works correctly for my computer. So let's head off into Best Buy and see if they have what I'm looking for. Alright guys, let's see what Best Buy has to offer us this week when it comes to new releases. And I guess Toy Stories were released today on Blu-ray and stuff. Again, this is, you know, just new cover art and everything. Of course, we get the different characters like Wood and, you know, Woody and Buzz and stuff like that. But I think they're all pretty much the same special features as the, you know, previous editions and things. But I could have sworn, like, I think the first one might have gotten a 4K release, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? Like, I believe it's either that or coming up in the next couple of weeks or something. Because if they had a 4K one, it would be here somewhere, wouldn't it? Like, at least next to this. But I kind of dig these covers. I'm not gonna lie. Buzz Lightyear, when I was a kid, was always my favorite, and of course Woody's the shit too. But let me know down below, who is your favorite you know, Toy Story character, and are you excited to see the new one that's going to be coming out in a month or two? And of course the other stuff that came out is of course the same things I've talked about already, you know, in the previous stores. But guys, I can't lie, I'm really kind of excited to see the new Toy Story movie. I've been a fan of the whole franchise, of course, you know, since what, the early 90s or mid 90s when the first one came out. I dig the whole franchise, you know what I mean? Like, especially the last one and how it ended. I was just like, oh my god, like the, you know, the one part when you think they're all gonna die going into the fire, and then how you know, how it all ends off with, you know, Andy passing his toys off, you know, to another kid. I really dig the whole franchise. Some of those little, like, you know, shorts that they did were kind of cool too. But I can't wait, dude. I'm definitely gonna be seeing this new one, you know, the weekend it comes out and stuff. So probably stay tuned for like a movie vlog that weekend for sure. Alright guys, I'm back home now from Hoarding Up. Like I said, all I really got was that hard drive today, 2 terabyte hard drive for my Mac computer. But when I got home, I had three packages in the mail. So let's crack into these and see what came. And I believe this big one right here says it's from Mill Creek Home Entertainment. But this first one up right here, not 100% sure what this is, but that says unbox and see what it is. Most likely these are things I got from like studios or, you know, PR companies that I work with to review for and stuff. But let's see what this one is. And this one is, ooh, Leprechaun Returns here on Blu-ray. The last Leprechaun movie wasn't the greatest. Like the last one that came out wasn't the greatest. I do love you know, the original, like 4 or 5, whatever it is, like all the way up until he went up into the space. But then like they recast you know, the original guy that played Leprechaun, and I didn't care for that. And this is yet another person. I'm definitely going to be watching this one soon and probably talking about it in my next Hoarding Up video or the one after. But I can't wait to check this one out. And let's open up this other little package here. It says this one's from MVD Home Entertainment, another PR company I work with. Not sure exactly what this is. They send some random stuff sometimes. Tales from the Kitchen. Ma Cha Lin stars Tales from the Kitchen. I don't know what this is, or even ask for this. Let me know if you guys know what this is down below, because like I said, sometimes I just get kind of random things sent in the mail. But this next package right here, I'm hoping has some like cool stuff in it, because I know Mill Creek is coming out with some of the retro 90s-ish stuff, 90s movies soon, and this may be a package of some awesomeness right now. Let's open this up, and that's why I thank you, Mill Creek, right now, and you know, in advance right here. And it looks like it's a big old you know, thing of goodies in here, man. So excited. Okay, let's pull out the first one here. And the first one is a double feature pack of Stepmom. You know, the one with Julia Roberts and Susan Sarandon. And another one is Deep End of the Ocean with Michelle Pfeiffer. A cool little double feature film of you know, family dramas and stuff. I always remembered really liking Stepmom. I haven't seen Deep End of the Ocean since it came out like on VHS back in the day, or original DVD or whatever. But nice little set here from Mill Creek. The other one they sent over is part of their retro their retro VHS slipcover line called I Heart the 90s. And this is a film starring Dana Carvey called Opportunity Knocks. I don't know if I've seen this film before, and it comes in that, of course, like the retro VHS, slipcover right here. And I don't know. Let me know down below. Have any of you guys seen this one? Would I get a kick out of it? Because I know I'll be checking this one out real soon. But it's cool, man. It says like, don't forget to rewind. Please, don't get fined. Please rewind. Sticker thing right there. That's kind of cool. And another one. Hell yeah, dude. Another one they just sent over as part of their, I Heart the 90s retro VHS line, retro VHS slipcover line. And that is, what's it called? Rodman and Van Damme in, double team right here on Blu-ray. I believe this might be the first time this was released on Blu-ray, if I'm not mistaken, at least here in the States. I could be wrong. But Dennis Rodman, the basketball player, and Van Damme in an action movie, baby. I just recently watched an older Van Damme movie, which I'll be talking about a little bit later on in this video. What was it called again? Oh yeah, it was Double Impact. Double Impact was the one I'm going to be talking about the new Blu-ray of in a minute. But this is part of their, Blu-ray here from Mill Creek. So if you're a fan of Van Damme and you want to get it on Blu-ray, man, it's here now through their retro line. And here's the one I've been waiting for, man. Because you guys all know I'm a big Pauly Shore fan. Encino Man, Goofy Movie, fucking, all that stuff. And Biodome and stuff. And this one right here this is the very first time this movie's been released on Blu-ray. Very excited about it because the only other movie we have that Pauly Shore's in, like you see his face and everything, that's on Blu-ray is Biodome. And of course Goofy Movie through the Disney Movie Club. And now we have Jury Duty now on Blu-ray, part of their VHS retro line. Right here where you see like the VHS coming out and everything. I love their retro slipcover line. I think it's amazing. And of course they have the original Blu-ray cover art right there, which I have my DVD of this signed by Pauly Shore right now in my collection. But it's just cool to finally get this movie on Blu-ray, and I believe finally now in this correct aspect ratio of in widescreen and stuff. So hell yes, some more Pauly Shore goodness on Blu-ray, baby. But the fun hasn't stopped yet here from Mill Creek. We also have another one from their I Heart the 90s line, and that is Alicia Silverstone in Excess Baggage. I remember watching getting this movie on VHS back in the day when Tower Records was going out of business on Sunset Boulevard. And I bought the VHS there going, this movie was kind of cool, but I haven't seen it since then. So like I'm gonna go revisit this one pretty soon, hopefully, and just check it out again because I've always loved Alicia Silverstone from Clueless, and of course, but she's always really super cool. But yeah, this one's also in widescreen, for the very first time, if I'm not mistaken. But that's cool to have that one part of the collection. But we have three more Blu-rays in here, and they're all double feature packs here. One of them is the Trigger Effect and Body Count here on Blu-ray. Not sure if I've seen any of these movies before that are on this one, to be honest. But the other one, man, we get Mind Warp, and one of my favorite suspense/horror films, one of them of all time, Brainscan, together on Blu-ray. I know Shout Factory released Brainscan on like some sort of like special edition through their line. But this is the first time you can get it through Mill Creek. Probably a little bit cheaper, but you also get a bonus movie on there, which is Mind Warp, which is a really weird, wacky movie. It stars Bruce Campbell and Angus Scrimm, the tall man from the Phantasm franchise. But man, this one right here, Brainscan. If you guys see this out there, get it for Brainscan because that movie is the shit. If you love Edward Furlong from Terminator 2, and of course Pet Sematary 2 and all that shit. He's the main star of this. It's an awesome movie. But man, this one right here, ooh, this is another one that's like, gets me all hell yeah. Kind of like how Jury Duty was. And that is Mo Money and High School High for the very first time on Blu-ray. I know they're not the best movies on the planet, but the stupider the better for me. Like I said, Jury Duty and High School High is kind of like, a parody movie off of, Dangerous Minds and all that kind of shit with John Lovitz in there playing the Michelle Pfeiffer character. I don't know, I love it. And Mo Money, I haven't seen it in a while, but if you love the Wayans brothers, you most likely will love that movie too. I remember watching that one all the time back in the day. So cool. I'm not sure if these ones are presented in, they're both presented in widescreen too. Hell yes. But thank you so much, Mill Creek, for sending these on over. I just want to let you guys all know you can get them on millcreekent.com right now, or wherever Blu-rays and DVDs are sold in about a week or so. Make sure you guys check up online for those. But thank you so much, Mill Creek, for sending those on over. Can't wait to pop in Jury Duty and some of those other ones, man. I can't wait. But guys, thank you so much for this, for coming by for this, unpackaging portion of the video. Let's head on over to the other side of my room for some DVD and Blu-ray reviews. Alright everyone, now on to the review portion of this video right here. The first four 4Ks I'm going to be showing you guys right now are courtesy of Warner Brothers. They sent them on over for me to review, and all the views and opinions are solely my own right now of these discs that they sent me right here. And I want to say thank you, Warner Brothers, for sending these over. But man, guys, check this out. This is my childhood right here. They sent on over Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin here, all hitting 4K for the very first time. And first off, I want to talk about, the Tim Burton Batman movies. Of course, these are the first ones I grew up watching. I know there was the Adam West TV show and the Adam West movie as Batman and stuff, but these ones right here are the true Batman films, in my opinion. You know what I mean? The ones I grew up with, that I fell in love with the character of Batman. And Michael Keaton has always been my Batman. You know what I mean? I can't lie. But, of course, Beetlejuice too. But I gotta tell you guys, all the special features that are on here, all the original ones, from, past, like Blu-rays and things like that are on here. You get the commentary track, from the directors on the 4K disc itself, as the movie plays and things. But I want to talk to you guys about the picture quality on these. These ones are absolutely superb, in my opinion. You get real inky blacks, because of course these movies were shot on film, and they just look a lot better than I remembered from past Blu-ray editions and things. Because watching them now on 4K just like really, enhances the enjoyment of these movies, because like I grew up with these ones, and it's like, I don't know, man, it's like watching them, it feels like I'm watching them for the first time again, on this format here. And it's like seeing Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman in her cat suit, and just like the blacks, I'm saying like the black levels, and just like it's just a really nice transfer of these two films right here by Tim Burton. And if you guys want to get these, I believe these ones are being released this coming Tuesday. So if you guys want to get your hands on them, they're going to be in stores everywhere. But it's not the same case when it comes to the Joel Schumacher movies. I absolutely love these movies too. But the transfers on these are pretty decent. But they feel kind of soft-ish, a little bit softer than the Tim Burton movies when it comes to like the picture quality, and like in the first two films you get real dark inky blacks, and in here there's certain scenes where it just feels kind of soft. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like it doesn't feel as sharp as they could be in some parts of these films. But of course these ones were directed by Joel Schumacher. And of course has totally different feel and a totally different vibe, because it's a different filmmaker behind it. But I still think they're pretty good transfers, just not as good as the Tim Burton ones. I don't know I don't know if they're what they did. I'm sure they went through the same process, when they put out these 4Ks. But just like I said, certain sequences didn't feel like it was like up to par, 4K status and things. But you do get audio commentary tracks on here from Joel Schumacher on the 4K disc, and the original Blu-ray special features still on the Blu-ray discs of the films here. But I gotta say, look, Batman and Robin, when this movie came out, okay, don't get me wrong, these, like I said, these ones are my favorite ones, the original Tim Burton films. But when this one came out, I was freaking out about it. Like I was just like geeking out about this one for some reason. Like it was like, oh my god, Arnold Schwarzenegger's in there as Mr. Freeze. Oh shit! Like it's one of those like these movies are really colorful and really nice to look at and stuff. But like, and I know this one is like one of the ones people like to shun and like don't like whatsoever. And I get that. Like you can totally tell it's filmed on a sound stage, and you know it's really corny and stuff. But like for some reason, I always kind of got a little bit enjoyment out of you know, Batman and Robin. But you guys I gotta tell you something. These covers are okay, but I don't know. I think they could have done something a little bit better when it comes to these new covers of the films. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think about these slip covers right here? They're okay, but I don't know. I'm just not. I'm not 100%. You know, liking those the covers on those. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know they're coming out on next Tuesday. Make sure you guys check those out if you guys want to upgrade to 4K. But thank you so much, Warner Brothers, for sending those on over. But next up over here, I got sent from Shout Factory, and I was kind of really excited about this because I have, I've watched the series growing up as a kid. Absolutely, loved it. At least the original series, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But now, Shout Factory has put out the Blu-ray version now of the very first film, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, on Blu-ray. This is not the very first time, because they did release this when they released the complete series for like the third or fourth time, like in like steelbook form. And that was the first time you can get this one on Blu-ray. But I already have owned like the previous edition of it, so I didn't feel like upgrading just to get this one movie. I was like, I know Shout Factory one day will put this out, on Blu-ray by, standalone. And I was just excited to, get my hands on this one because I grew up loving the original Power Rangers show, and I remember seeing this one in the theaters, and remember seeing the Power Rangers live at Universal Studios and stuff back in the day, when the streets were all blocked off and it was hard to even get to Universal. I was there, bro. But on this Blu-ray right here, you get a new 1080p transfer of the film. It looks spectacular, but it does make those weird 90s special effects look a little bit more worse than they were already from back in the day when the Zords are getting together and things. But you get a new 45 or 44 minute long making of feature on here, talking to select cast members and crew and stuff like that, talking about the making of the film and how the actors were making the movie in Australia or like wherever it was wherever it was in the world. And then like midway through the shoot, they had to start filming like another season of Power Rangers. So they were filming the TV show and the movie at the same time, and the actors were just going, holy shit, what are we doing? And they were talking about their experiences doing, with that, and them actually being featured in their very first feature film, and talking about how it was going to the Grauman's Chinese Theater for the premiere and stuff. Really decent making of on here. Of course, you get the original featurette that was on the DVD and the theatrical trailer on here. But if you're a fan of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, this is a definite upgrade and looks way superior than the DVD that came out before it. And I believe Shout Factory is also going to be releasing Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, in about a month or two, if I'm not mistaken. So stay tuned for a review of that. But next up over here is from MVD Rewind Collection, and that is Jean-Claude Van Damme in Double Impact. I was telling you about this. I was going to be talking about this one a couple minutes ago. But this one right here is definitely not one of my favorite Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. This one right here is from the same director of Lionheart and stuff, which I liked a little bit more than this one. But I remember, watching this one back in the day too. But this is one of those ones, it's pretty much about these two twins. When they're 6 months old, their parents get killed and they get separated. And, 20 years, 25 years later, they get reconnected to go on a mission to find out who killed their parents, but yet they haven't seen each other, and like since then, since they were 6 months old. And one of them is like a badass, kind of guy, doesn't take no shit, and the other guy's just like a regular martial artist, kind of like from Los Angeles and stuff, doing his thing. But they come together to find out who killed their parents and stuff. And of course, Van Damme's playing both the characters. The action sequences are pretty cool in here. Story-wise, it wasn't the greatest, but you do get over 2 hours of behind-the-scenes making of the film. We're talking to Jean-Claude Van Damme, the filmmakers, the stuntmen, about the making of the movie on here, like a two-part making of on here. Some, other like B-roll footage and a whole bunch of like really cool special features on here, which I thought was really cool that they included in on this release. But yeah, I just want to let you guys all know that this is out now on Blu-ray And I gotta tell you, there's certain scenes in here when Van Damme is talking to Van Damme, and you can like see like a weird glow like around both of them, because you know, like the split screen effect or special effect they were using at the time to have them talk, you know, Van Damme talk to himself wasn't up to par back then. So you could like on Blu-ray now, you can like, it really brings out like how bad that was. So you can like see like how they were doing that effect back in the 90s. It was just really kind of funny to see that, you know, on here. But if you're a fan of Jean-Claude Van Damme, I highly recommend this edition. And if you're a fan of the movie, you'll love every single special feature that's on here. Very, very well put together there. But next up over here, I got from Lionsgate Home Entertainment. It is Hilary Duff and the Haunting of Sharon Tate here on Blu-ray. Of course, this is, you know, takes, you know, about Sharon Tate and you know, Charlie Manson and his family that killed Sharon Tate and her family, because Sharon Tate was an actress back in the 50s and 60s who was like in like with Valley of the Dolls and stuff like that, and you know, she got murdered by the Manson family. And now this movie is about, you know, the murder of her and her friends. And you know, watching this movie, I thought it was going to be something completely different than it was. I'm going to give you the complete truth of what I think about this movie here, even though I'm kind of like, you know, weirded out about it because of what I've seen from other people and reviewers that I know. But I didn't love the movie whatsoever. I thought going into it was going to be something else than it actually turned out to be. I thought it was going to be like, maybe like, you know, the Manson family, they would show Sharon Tate and her friends getting killed, and then like, you know, it would cut to like, you know, a couple years later, and the people that are renting the house that she was killed in, and then getting haunted by Sharon Tate and the people or something, by her spirit or something in the house. But it didn't do that. It was just kind of just pretty much showing how Sharon Tate was like sort of having nightmares and dreams about being murdered by these weird, strange people outside. And I don't know, it was just, to me, it could have been a whole lot better, because Hilary Duff is actually kind of cool, and she could, you know, she actually did a pretty decent job for what she had to work with in this movie. But I don't know, it just, it really wasn't scary, and it just felt like one big dream sequence. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just something felt a little off and wrong about this movie. It wasn't like horrible or like really like super bad, but it was also made by the producers or the filmmakers behind Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, and I don't know. Like, the movie, it's one of those ones I don't think I'm gonna see myself needing to watch again. But it was just kind of, I was expecting a lot more from it for some reason, you know. But that's the Haunting of Sharon Tate. You also get a director's commentary on here and a little, you know, behind the scenes making of the film. But I don't know, I was just kind of hyped for it, and then I was, after watching it, I was kind of let down a little bit. You know what I mean? I was just kind of like, oh, they could have done so much more with it. But next up over here from Paramount Home Entertainment is the Blu-ray of the complete 22nd season of South Park here. Of course, they have all the other seasons of this show on DVD and or Blu-ray, and I absolutely still love it, man. You get 10 episodes here, because that's, I believe, how each season is nowadays, is 10 episodes. And this show is still relevant and super funny in my opinion. Especially the very first, I'm not going to get into every single episode that's in here. And of course you get your mini commentaries by Matt and Trey Parker on select episodes on here. But like, I really do love the very first episode of season 2022 is them, you know, the kids of South Park going to their school. And it deals with school shootings and how the South Park kids and how the world around them are all pretty much desensitized to it. Like, the kids are in class taking a test, and a school shooting is breaking out in their school, and all they're worrying about is, what's the answer to that test question? What's the answer to this test question? It's so fucking funny, man. Like, it was one of those like things. I almost died laughing the whole time. You know what I mean? Because like in the world that we live in today, we're all kind of desensitized to it because we always see this shit on the news about another school shooting here, another mass shooting here. It's just like, it's getting kind of ridiculous, and it's kind of sad that we are kind of all desensitized to it. I know there's sometimes that it gets to us more than others, but it's just like this shit happens way too often. And I do like the fact that Matt and Trey Parker don't shy away from what's happening in the world, and they talk about it in their in their show here, and I absolutely commend them for it. You know what I mean? Is what they're all saying and doing in the show right? No, but is it funny to watch when what they're doing and how they're kind of talking about it? Yes, I absolutely do. But that's season 22 here on Blu-ray. Make sure you guys check it out from Paramount. And last but not least, I got here from moviezyng.com/Warner Brothers. You can get this on their website, moviezyng.com. It's a place where you go and you buy something and they burn it on demand and then send it out to you. And this right here is a complete first season of a show. I believe only lasted 2 seasons, if I'm not mistaken. Never seen it before until I got this DVD. I'm still watching it right now, and it's called Famous in Love. I watched the first like 2 or 3 episodes of it so far. It stars Bella Thorne. She's a girl who her parents has always brought her up to get an education, go to college and stuff like that. Keep going to school. And but yet she has this dream of becoming an actress. And she goes out on a casting call, a cattle call, which a lot of people go to. They're like casting like the new big movie, like kind of like Twilight, but it's called Locked. And she's going on this audition. Who knows? With like millions of other girls auditioning for the same role, and she gets the part. She gets the part of the the lead of the movie, but yet she doesn't know how to tell her parents, and she wants to do the movie and go to school at the same time. And yet there's all this other like love triangle-y stuff going on with the people that are making the movie. It gets into like the Hollywood business, and there's like all these little love triangle things happening. It's kind of like a telenovela slash a soap opera-ish kind of feel of a show, mixed in with like a little bit of Entourage, sort of, but not as cool as Entourage. But I'm kind of enjoying this for what it is so far. Like I said, I'm only like 2 or 3 episodes in, and it's only I believe a 10 episode show. But hopefully they put out season 2, because that'd be kind of cool. But I think season 3 got canceled, if I'm not mistaken. But you can get this from moviezyng.com. I think I like Bella Thorne, man. She's actually really entertaining in this show. But guys, thank you so much for coming by, supporting my videos. If you got this far, give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment saying "wet movie for president" in the comments down below, just so I know you got this far into the video. And I'll see you guys all for the next adventure.